So Lisa, can you tell us who was on the team that helped to create this?
Well, it was myself and Maria, and
A little louder so everybody can hear you.
excuse me. Myself and Maria, and there was a lot of help from the Minneapolis Teaching Center. They recorded that Ho'oponopono dance, and I really want to thank them. That was a lot of work on their part. Primarily, and we want to thank Boyd Batten for making the master. It was right at the end of the cycle, and he came through for us by God's grace. It was really, really required. And it was I must say, in these things, you get more than you give. I really feel like I got more out of it than I gave, and I gave a lot. So it was a fantastic victory. And I want to say that Maria was the director. She was the one who came up with most of the ideas of what was going to go where and how it was, and the content. She found most of it. I did some of it, but she did most of it. And also Arnie Hatadoter helped us find pictures as well. And Jeanette Wallen also offered input, and so the Creative Arts team was part of this. But I got to say, it was a complete victory of love. We had a wonderful time doing it. It was a lot of hard work. However, she came up with the ideas. She and I disposed. She was very gracious. At times I didn't agree with her, and I was the one who put it all together and timed it and all that kind of stuff. And we worked together all the time, and I gave her, I listened to her and I tried to work with her. And then when I disagreed, it was okay. It was fine. It was just a real victory of love, I got to say. And we've got a wonderful friendship as a result of this, and worked through the nitty-gritty of it all. And there was tough times in there, and by God's grace, and no doubt by the grace of Kuan Yin, it was a complete victory of love, I got to say. Maria, please.
It was a wonderful project, and to work with Lisa was also very special. I was at the end of sending all these emails with details, very specific, and then I was thinking, if I was at Lisa's end, would I like this, all these specific, because it was pretty timed. And I got an email back, will do. And then and sometimes it didn't work, so we Skyped a lot to talk things over. And watching this movie every few seconds has for me a whole story for finding pictures or not getting permission to use it. And I like to mention that I reconnected with my friend Doreen Röhling, who lives in Japan, because I really would like to have some footage of video from a Kuan Yin temple. So I thought, after some attempts failed, let's connect with her. I write her once a year during Christmas time. And immediately she responded and she said, that's interesting what you're doing, Maria. She is really a little bit the same type as I am. And we figured out that the Kuan Yin statues in Japan are very masculine. And she said, there's not too much devotion what you're looking for, she said. Nevertheless, before connecting with her, I really got on a Google map and see where she was living, because with the Fukushima, what's that? Fukushima. So she lived south of Tokyo, but she was very connected with that area. And she started a project, I don't know the Japanese name, but it means a warm heart. What she did is, her family is in Holland, like mine. And she connected with an elementary school there from her hometown, several in that area, and she asked the children to make pictures and drawings for the children in Japan. So she collected them, and together with the Dutch embassy in Japan, she organized to go to that area. And when you looked at the third chrism, the third picture you see by the hill Kuan Yin, you see Doreen teaching. She is a master in flower design. She has her own school, Dutch flowers, something like that. And you see that her goal was reached there. She said she wanted to bring a smile back on the children's faces. And she went back now twice. Recently she went and she was teaching flower design for the mothers and also for the children. And it is fun to read her story and what she's trying to do there to heal there. And she was really impressed, very shocked by the devastation there. And she said the children that she taught, it was about, I think, 20% did not lose their parents, but most of them did, and also relatives and the teachers there. So it was nice to come up with that picture, which was based on Lisa's idea we have 3 Kuan Yins in every chrism. So the first is more the personal compassion that you can show, and the second one is more community, and then the world love is the third. So that is a story.
The Hail Kuan Yin.
The Hail Kuan Yin,
right.
yeah. So that is just a side story, one of the stories that happened during this video. And again, it was a process. Usually when I start a project, I know the energy field. I'm not sure how it gets all together. But it was a work in process, and the feedback from our team, Jeanette and Arne, and then from Lisa, and from you, David, was very helpful to make this project. And since I was very involved in making the booklet, I really desire to have a matrix there, and you see that coming back. And Lisa was really willing to try everything. We got a little bit stuck with my idea of a mercy swirl, and I think she spent hours on that.
Weeks. And we didn't even use it.
And nevertheless, it was really a team effort, because what Lisa did, I'm not able to do all the technical part. I think what I did, Lisa's able to do, but
so
together.
The program you use, Lisa, is called what?
After Effects, Adobe After Effects.
Adobe After Effects, okay. And you had to learn that.
I had to learn it, yeah.
And there were all kinds of little funny things. I mean, when one of those last prayers, blaze forth ruby love into the earth. So you saw the gnomes, then the undines, the sylphs, and then the salamanders. So we added the earth, air, fire, water in there, and that was really an interesting thing. I gave input on that. There are all kinds of little things going on, and it'll take you a while after you give it a few times and watch it to really discern all of what's really going on. I love the part where Kuan Yin's hiding in the forest.
Yeah.
And you see her in 7 different colors. And then through the 7 sections of the rosary, she's also in those 7 colors, right?
True, the 7
and
chrisms.
different types of Kuan Yin, different images of Kuan Yin.
Which were provided by Deborah Timberlake.
Thank
Right.
you so much.
From Seattle. So.
And there's a special temple near Seattle that we visited, and some of those images came from that.
Yeah, the 7.
The statues outside in that temple area. And thank you, Joyce and Alona and Nancy and Donald for your beautiful Ho'oponopono dance. And on the back cover, there's 9 images that are taken from the rosary, the video, and the middle one in this on the right is a gigantic statue of Kuan Yin that we saw when we were in Taiwan, and it was like a theme park dedicated to Taiwan, and there are children and families all over, children driving little vehicles, and it was just an amazing place. So we got that in there. Kuan Yin desired that to be in there. So we have imagery from Chicago when we were in Lisa and Joe's house, our last time we were there, when we were actually given the Kuan Yin Rosary. There's Heart Friends. I can see Kathleen Hudson and, Kathleen Alexander. And, who else is in that picture?
It's not Nada? What's her name?
Lenore's daughter.
Lenore's daughter.
Not Miriam.
Not Nadia?
The other one. Oh, forgive me. Our CPA. What's her name, Boyd? Harris. Anyway, she's not a Harris anymore. She's married. And then there's the gal from Missoula who was just here a few days ago for our class. Constance is in there. And then there's one more person. I can't quite make out her face. So there's just a lot of... let me read the back cover for you, those on the broadcast. It says, vivid images of Kuan Yin's heart of compassion come alive for you. Feel her mercy flow. See it transforming your life personally and bringing us all hope. Pour your heart's devotion through this delicate ritual. Recite her 10 vows, her rosary, and with Kuan Yin, emanate mercy's love into every scene. Weave your garland of light as you sing of forgiveness with the Ho'oponopono lyrics. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. We own it so we can heal it, and together we transform the earth. The companion booklet, Kuan Yin's Rosary of Mercy, is available at, and that gives the URL for our store. And then it says, Heal with Ho'oponopono is composed and performed by Lauren Pomerantz. And then it gives her website and a copyright. Thank you, Carol, for also helping to edit the back, and especially Maria for the front and the back covers, the spine, everything. And Boyd for some of the details on the DVD, the high quality, etc., and Lisa too, of course. So this is truly a victory. Boyd, would you like to say anything from your end of it?
Just that I admire the stamina and the dedication of Lisa and Maria and their harmony working together, because there was a lot of challenges in this thing, and both of them accepted this assignment on faith, because neither of them had any of the skills or experience to do this. And it was interesting to observe their smiling and laughing. And yet they just said yes, and they accepted it, and then they just started out doing it. And it was a great example to all of us that, with God, all things are possible. That's what I have to say, is that with God, all things are possible. Just say yes to service. With the Master has a recommendation to you, because you have God in you, and it'll happen.
There's a lot of growth in learning technology, learning how to create something like this. And now, guess what's next, Noah? Now you can do anything. And of course, I think you're going to have a little reprieve for a while. Yet more is coming. So we'll see what transpires.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to thank you, David. David really made himself accessible in Kuan Yin. Thank you. Got a lot of really specific direction from you, and Kuan Yin and I am really grateful for your time. Thank you for being so accessible for us.
I also like to address and thank Steve Miller, who was really helpful in getting the copyright straightened out, and Boyd too in this, because that's quite a dilemma sometimes for me.
Great. So if you just tuned in a little late, we just played the DVD, the brand new DVD of our Kuan Yin's Rosary of Mercy. It's available. It will be $20, but for right now, it's $15 through July 10th. July 10th. So get your copies. We have 100 in stock right now, and I have a feeling we're going to be duplicating many, many more. I see this all over the world in all kinds of New Age stores, in Buddhist temples, and the little stores sometimes that they have attached to them. There were a number of stores when we went to these Buddhist temples in Taiwan. I really see a huge opportunity. I think we should send it to various New Age distribution companies, including Sounds True. We'll have to send them the booklet. And I hope that Patricia West and Mario can put together a letter, and that we can actually have have a promotional, a letter that goes with a sampling of it or something that we can get out and get to all kinds of New Age stores. I see this in Soul Connections in Mount Shasta and just flying off the shelf. Once people see it, they're going to love it and they're going to desire to play it over and over. I can see it at New Age fairs being played on a video screen and people just standing there in awe at it and children loving it. And I think that we will sell tens of thousands of copies of this all over the world. That's my vision of it. And maybe millions. So whatever you can do out there to promote it, first you're going to have to buy it yourself and watch it, absorb it, assimilate it, and look at all the little nuances of it. And then contact us. We'll see what pricing we can get for wholesale distribution, and some of those details we have yet to work out. So any other final words from our wonderful team?
I would just like to say there's one more opportunity involved with this. At the July conference, we would like to have more people doing the Ho'opono dance, and so we'll be practicing at the July conference. And if you haven't signed up for the July conference, this is really a unique, wonderful opportunity. Also, if you will email us, we will send you just the dance, and you can practice it at home ahead of time. I know there's not much time left, but there is enough time to practice, and so that we can all just be really smiling and relaxed and have a lot of fun videoing that. I think that's going to be a really fun event during the conference. So email us at friends@heartcenter.org if you'd like to have a little clip of the dance, and you can practice at home ahead of time. Thank you.
Yeah, we may actually upgrade that last part with more people. So we'll see what happens with that. So it's shrink wrapped. It's beautiful. 33 minutes, 33 seconds. Thank you, Maria, for making that happen. And we're really excited.